What's going on, guys? Phantasm Mask here, and I just saw the latest Star Wars The Force Awakens trailer, and wow. This is the trailer that I've basically been waiting for. Up to this point, it's been nothing but teasers of just very, very fast cut images of what is in the film, and now that we finally have a cohesive trailer, I can really dive into talking about this. I'm not really going to talk that much about it. Redundant, but I've been trying to not get myself hyped up too much for The Force Awakens because I've been burned pretty bad with the prequels, but I feel like the new film is in somewhat capable hands, and this trailer to me shows both my concerns for what we're going to be seeing in December plus other things that are like, that's that looks pretty interesting, or that looks pretty cool. And that's what I was afraid of with this trailer, is it's going to be a whole bunch of cool images, and that's the same kind of trap that people fell into with The Phantom Menace. With this one, it was nice to see that the cinematography, considering that this is J.J. Abrams at the helm, the cinematography isn't necessarily all this, because this is why I hate J.J. Abrams, is because he doesn't know how to keep the camera still. That is not really here. And for a film that has made this big deal about not having too many CG effects, there's a shitload of CG effects in this trailer. Not to say that CG is necessarily bad, but CG is is overdone today in 2015, and that's what I'm concerned about, is if we're just going to get a giant CG mess like we did with the prequels, which is just not okay. You need to have balance. There needs to be balance within the special effects force, if you know what I mean. My biggest concern with this trailer, and the thing that I knock it for the most, is that there is no Luke Skywalker in this trailer. A teaser had his voice, yet even from the official movie poster that came out, and now this trailer, he is completely absent, which to me is not a very good sign. Either that, or they're going to try to do some kind of weird reveal in the film that's like, oh look, all of a sudden Luke Skywalker is here and it's a big surprise. They shouldn't really try to hide that. I kind of felt like that all three of the original actors should have somewhat of an equal but lesser role in this film. I mean, this is the whole passing of the torch to a new generation, and I'm not really getting that vibe from this trailer. The only person, and I think many people will agree with me on this, that seems to have any form of screen time or even lines from the trailers, which are supposed to be representative of the final product, is Harrison Ford as Han Solo gets a decent amount of screen time, but that's about it. I haven't even really seen too much of R2-D2 or C-3PO in any of these trailers, or even this one, really. We do get a few recycled shots from teaser trailers of a hooded figure putting a mechanical hand up on R2-D2, which maybe that's Luke, maybe not, nobody really knows. Something I found interesting is that we finally have a voice to our antagonist, and a hint towards his motivation with trying to finish the work that Vader had begun, which is an interesting concept. I am a huge fan of the Star Wars expanded universe, and knowing how the Force operates in the EU is a lot more fantastical compared to what we've seen on film. And if they were to integrate some of that kind of stuff, for those of you who know the EU, I'm kind of expecting a whole Exar Kun situation with the Jedi Academy trilogy coming through. That would be kind of cool to see Vader motivating a Force-sensitive person from the grave to kind of do terrible things and build up a new empire. But at the end of the day, this movie, the costumes look great. I like the new Stormtrooper armor a lot. I think Captain Phasma, I believe that's one of the new characters' names, the whole Chrome Trooper. I praised this before in another video. I think that suit of armor looks fucking awesome. Still kind of iffy on the new Sith Lord. At one point, we can clearly see the back of his head, so he gets unmasked at one point. Did not expect to see one of the new characters with a blue lightsaber. I honestly expected the what I can assume to be the female protagonist to be the Jedi. I really thought that was the direction that they were going to go with this film, but even from the poster, it kind of spoils that. Hey, look, he's got a lightsaber, so that's whatever. X-wing battles. I think at one point I even see an X-wing like blast a TIE fighter into literal pieces, which is really cool looking. But again, it's a lot of CG, and part of the reason why I like the original Star Wars trilogy is its use of practical effects with CG backgrounds. I'm a huge sucker for models and using miniatures. To me, that's always been a awesome aspect of 70s and 80s films for me, and to kind of see that go to the wayside a little bit in The Force Awakens is kind of disappointing. It channels a little bit of the prequels to me. I think a CG Millennium Falcon looks incredibly strange, but that's me being conditioned from the original trilogy of looking at a physical model up against CG backgrounds. All in all, I think this trailer, it's fine. I'm still going to go see the movie, but I'm still keeping a very open mind about this. I don't want to necessarily come out and be like, oh, this movie looks terrible, because it doesn't. It doesn't look terrible, and I know that some of my friends will... I got one friend in particular who is like, The Force Awakens looks like garbage when we haven't even seen the movie. I do want to see it, but I'm trying not to get my hopes up like I did with the prequel trilogy. But then again, the time that I saw The Phantom Menace, I was like 7 or 8 years old, so I was definitely the target audience for that. It was cool then, it's not cool now. Yeah, Darth Maul, he's got a double-bladed lightsaber. Hey, that's cool, this movie's great. I don't want to fall into that trap with this, and I hope other people don't as well. I'll keep an open mind about it. I know that some people have already, like, I'm looking here, they've like, I've got my tickets for The Force Awakens, I'm buying tickets now. It's like, why? Who does this? Why would you want to? You mean you can't just go to a movie theater for a midnight release and just get in? I do it all the time. I'm doing it for Spectre. I don't need to pre-purchase my tickets. It's dumb. It's like pre-ordering video games. It's like, why would you do that? Unless it's a special mega collector's edition, but I guess they haven't found out a way to do that with movie theater screenings yet, so... yeah, The Force Awakens. It's a movie. And, yeah, sure, I'll go see it. Where's my solo Boba Fett movie, Disney? I really want a hard R Boba Fett movie. It's never going to happen, but I want it. That'd be great. Yeah, Force Awakens. Looks like an okay movie. You might have heard of it. I hear that Captain Kirk in that movie is going to be great. Take it easy, guys. Phantasm Mask here, signing out.